So what's your bucket list now?
My bucket list now, I obviously, like, my most valuable asset is my support group. Like, I would have a hard time, like, leaving that. As far as...
But, like, what like, do you want to do before you leave this planet?
I want to help as many people as I possibly can.
Okay.
You know
so,
what I mean?
like, would it be in what capacity? Like, yes, you want to go out and sponsor a lot of people. Would you like to be a spokesperson? Like, what do you want in terms of, like, I want to do this before I die?
Oh, that's I don't have that.
You don't have that?
You're already doing it. You're carrying the bucket around. You got it.
Yeah. Well, no, I
like the Great Barrier Reef is one of mine.
I'd like to live in Thailand for like that. That's like so.
Okay.
I'm 46.
Okay.
And so you can go to Thailand on a visa after 50, a retirement visa after 50.
Okay.
I'd love to live there, and right, you know, my mom, like who I make a lifetime amends for today. I ran her to the ground. My mom kicked me out to the street. Like she literally just fucking go. It was the best thing she ever did for me.
But the hardest thing, I'm sure, for her.
She went to Al-Anon. She did all those things.
Yeah.
I would show up at her house. She'd call the cops. She was like threatening to call the cops on me. The whole thing, and then she'd go ball
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. And so, like, it's hard for me to selfishly go and, because I could be living in Thailand right now easily. I did really well with crypto a couple of years ago. And like, I really considered, like, hey, you know what? I have this much money. I could go live there for a couple of years and be fine. I thought about all that stuff, but then there's that, how selfish is that? Self-seeking and self-centered. And also, is this God's will for me? Like, is this what I need? And then also there's my support group of all these wonderful people that are like family to me. And there's like all these things. I'm like,
all right. So maybe they're part of it. Like, do you have like any desire to travel to any other parts of the world that like, this is like, I have so many things on my bucket list. Like I want to learn how to speak Spanish. I want to learn to play the guitar. I want to, go to Australia and snorkel and scuba dive in the Great Barrier Reef. And the list goes on and on, especially now that because I never had really been able to travel until, this last trip that I went on and I got the bug. I'm like, I want to see the world.
I have a funny story for you. It's an alcoholic story. It's just
okay.
Like one of us in sobriety, right?
Yeah.
You know how we make the worst thing possible in our head? Like we'll take a situation and just make it shitty.
Yeah.
That's me. Like almost all the time. There's a lot of us, right? So vacations terrify me. Every one of them have. But when I go and I do it, and I don't know why they do. So this last time, this would have been my second time going to Thailand, except for this time I didn't have, I wasn't actually traveling with friends. Traveling by myself, I'm gonna go, because remember, I came from, when I lived on the street, I was beaten down. I was beaten down, right? So my self-worth and fears are still to this day, they're way less because I walked through a lot of them. But anyway, so it was my second time going there. I'm gonna change out money, and there's all these things. Your mind starts running and just making terrible in your head. I mean, my best friend and I, we've been playing disc golf since we got sober, so we like to play. We go and play. I have 100 discs in my car.
Oh, right now. It's on, right?
Yeah. So whenever we're traveling to go play disc golf, because
the PGA of disc golf every
PGA,
time.
Yeah, exactly. So we're always talking about sobriety shit. This is one of my closest friends in sobriety. He's also one of those people that he comes across as really harsh sometimes when he just hits somebody with the truth. You know what I mean? But I can hear him because I know he loves me.
Yeah.
Right? So we were driving. And I was like, I'm going to Thailand. I'm just so terrified. I got this, and there's the financial part, and there's this and this. He just goes, bro, what is wrong with you? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're fucking. It takes a real fucking alcoholic to really take a wonderful time that you saved money for to make it sound awful. What are you doing here right now? And then I literally went on this vacation and had some of the most growth I've ever had. I went, my buddy took me out to clubs till 6 a.m. every night. We would go out, we were dancing. I'm not a dancer, but I was dancing. I was
sober too, right?
Sober.
Dude, that's so rad.
I mean, it took me almost 10 years to get there, but I was out. I truly was the first time I was I don't give a shit what any of you fucking people think about me.
The freedom.
This is complete freedom.
Yeah.
And, and was there alcohol there? Yeah, but it never, and it's been that way for me a long time.
Because this is the point that I was going to try to make here, is that when we're like in our disease, when we're drinking and using, that bucket list really dissipates, right? Because we have no belief. We can't even stay sober. So how the fuck are we ever going to do anything cool?
Yeah.
Right. But now, like, me and my sobriety and me and my feelings that, you know, I know that my higher power loves me and wants things for me that I can't even imagine for myself. And so I just want to like experience life.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, like, I felt like I wanted to die. And so, like, the vast difference of what we get to experience in our sobriety, you know, you get to start looking at things from, maybe I could go live in Thailand. I mean, if you were going to live in Thailand before, you knew you were getting fucking arrested on the plane, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
or
but
you forgot your dope, or you did too much the night before. Or whatever. And it was just this constant chaos of worry.
Right.
Yeah.
But now you don't. You get to go party sober until 6 a.m. And you know that without sobriety, that shit all goes away.
When you're actually really having fun.
Yeah.
And you're present.
And you get to remember it.
And then you can see the people. What's really interesting is, like, I've been to I love house music. I've been to a lot of house music parties. I mean, I grew up with. I mean, you guys probably remember when the Genco jeans and all that stuff and the maps and stuff like that we had here, especially in Orange County. But like, I still love that music. But like, every time I go there, I always see the guy in the corner. You know, you're just like, I was just like, that guy thinks he's having a good time.
I know.
You know what I mean? He got no girl's phone number. In his mind, he's like, I had this great time. I met this girl. This is that. That's his story. That's what he had the next day. But he didn't really have those experiences.
Well, I mean, that's bondage, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are in such a state of bondage of getting your next fix and not experiencing anything, just kind of going through the motions of life until you get high again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I never experienced that. That wasn't my story, but my husband, that was his story. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I watched the suffering. It was just he's no longer here on this planet and definitely doesn't have a bucket list now. But, you know, I got to experience substance abuse on a different level by watching him struggle and suffer in the disease. I can say that I've had my own suffering, my own struggles. They were different than his, but bondage nonetheless. Because if I wasn't drinking alcohol, I was thinking about when I was going to drink again, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about trying not to drink, you know, versus, okay, always 2:00 was like the golden hour, right? Yeah. You fuck it. I'm never doing this again. I fucking am a piece of shit. I'm neglecting my children. I'm a horrible human being. How the fuck can I do this? 2:00 hits. It wasn't that bad. Like, it's just the golden hour, right? Yeah. It wasn't that bad. Okay, maybe I'll try it one more night.
I'm checking out at this time. It's like our subconscious too. It's like, like, I just remember like knowing in my week, like before like everything spiraled out, I actually had a really good job at a place called RealtyTrack.com in Irvine. I was a territory manager, and I would come in and I would talk on the phone and I'm the guy, you know. But I always knew, like, okay, this weekend I'm gonna drink at this time. Probably this person's gonna be there. Oh, he'll probably have some pills too. That's cool. I'll have to text him about that right now. It's like our chaos in our mind is all planned out in our head.
Mm-hmm. So now that
all planned out in the head.
So now that we're beyond that, and then you mentioned how a vacation can stress you out and terrify you, right?
Mm-hmm.
In sobriety, having 10, 11 years, right? Mm-hmm. Like sort of, I'm dealing with at this point. It was like are some character defects, like the controlling. Like, I have to control, making sure that everything is going to be
perfect.
Fun. I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there this time and that time. Or, worried about things are going to go wrong, right? Like you said. So, like, then where do you implement the program into your life? Being sober for this long and having the program to.
Well, as far as like going on a trip and having the program in my life there.
Yeah, not necessarily just going on the trip, but in general, like you have like perfectionism, these types of.
I'm a perfectionist. Hands
so,
down. I beat the shit out of myself all the time if I'm not.
Yeah. So
the best.
So
Like,
so then
things don't go the way I want them to go.
I got it.
How do we like?
And I have a hero.
just
Being
surrender.
a hero is like one of my big ones too.
You know.
Meeting a hero for you on your bucket list?
Yeah. No. For a character defect.
Hero complex, huh? Was it that
I
bad?
need all of you to know how wonderful I am.
Yeah.
I need because I need to feel like I need to be validated by you.
Right.
And I found that out not long ago. Like even after
Did
a lot.
one of your friends point it out, or did you
My sponsor.
find it in there?
My sponsor. So what I did is I got involved with this girl. It's like
always the girls
I
like
know,
you.
I
I can tell it's always the girls.
I've never had that problem. Just kidding.
Cool. No, just kidding. No, it was interesting. Is I was seeking validation through somebody I shouldn't have.
Your higher power.
Yeah, and this is like, remember when I felt like I was spiritually bankrupt? There's all those things. This was part of it. Like I got involved with somebody like early in sobriety, also, which I shouldn't have. She was also really young. But she was like really coming after me, you know, and I was just like, okay.
Okay, I surrender. You can have me.
But the things that I did and I didn't do is what we were looking at. And I was going to go save this person. And then all of a sudden she ended up being this other thing. And it was like, and I was there. And then after it all happened and I finally got honest with my sponsor about what was happening, because I also didn't tell him. It was even worse. And then I told him and I felt better because I was worried about who's going to say to me or what he was going to think about me or what I was worried about those things. And he was just he's like an 80-some-year-old man who's just loving and understanding and just the best person in the wide world.
Right.
And I told him and like I literally had to do like pages and pages of, wait, what did I do and why did I do it? What did I do and why did I do it? I was going to go help her. I was going to go do all those things.
Right, the intention, that's crazy. But when you circle back and you get through those steps, and this is again one of the gifts of the program, is that you realize your intentions were never pure.
Never.
They were always to seek validation through someone else.
And selfish and self-seeking.
Yeah,
to get what I
100%,
wanted.
right?
Yeah, but my mind told me that like, oh no, I'm going to go help this person. And I'm going to do all these other things for you.
Cunning, baffling, powerful. You know, like in every aspect of our lives.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's cool that you saw that.
We're running out of time a little bit.
Yeah,
here.
I got a lot of stuff to do.
And we're going to commercial.
All right,
We're going to commercial. Gosh, Thomas, this has been
We got the
amazing.
producer
That's
talking
cool.
on the phone over there.
Well, I haven't technical. All of a sudden, there's technical difficulty. I mean, all the stuff's good, but my little see the thing that pops up here, and I did it a bunch of times, so it's cool. It's my little.
Look at us. There we are. The dream team.
That's it. Let me show you a couple more things. Just so you.
All right.
I have a lot of cases happening right now, so
I'm going to let you guys
I get it.
enjoy the rest of the tour.
I have two